How's it going? Welcome to another episode of Lucas Tracy Boxing. Today we're going to be breaking down Artur Beterbiev versus Dmitry Bivol. And this fight is going to be coming up this Saturday. We've been discussing this fight for a long time. And it's time to do the breakdown. We got the X's and O's. Before we get into things, of course, we're going to read the sponsored material. Thank you for the sponsors. Lucas T Fitness and the Real Food Cookbook. The Real Food Cookbook might quite literally... Sorry, guys. This might literally be the only thing that allows you to fight back today. In a day and age where men are being neutered, the Real Food Cookbook gives you recipes made with whole and unprocessed ingredients that allows you to get the power back. Get healthy meals, big, hearty meals that'll power you up and allow you to, it allows you to know what's what. So check out the Real Food Cookbook if you want. Code MMA, and you get 15% off. The link is in the description. And I want to thank my sponsors. I want to thank the Golden Gloves. And, of course, I want to thank City Boxing. So I want to thank City Boxing. I want to thank the Golden Gloves as well. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Dmitry Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev. So, Dmitry Bivol's been absolutely just sort of cruising. He's been coasting. And Artur Beterbiev's kind of been, marauding on people. He's a marauder. Dmitry Bivol is a sniper. He's a pick and move, pick and roll type of guy. Where Artur Beterbiev, he's got the in your face, very aggressive. He's a knockout artist. He's coming forward. And, the first thing I wanted to mention, if you watched Artur Beterbiev's fight with, Lyndon Arthur, Lyndon Arthur was able to put it on him early, but Artur Beterbiev kept it cool, kept it calm, and kept it collected and was able to sit behind that jab. And that jab of Artur Beterbiev, it's always been a great jab. It's always been a phenomenal jab. And, he'll offer you a sweet pea special. He's pretty slick sometimes. He'll do the pick and roll. He'll hit the pick and roll. But one thing I noticed, it's a bit of a hole in Artur Beterbiev's game. I think I'm actually talking about Dmitry Bivol, actually. If you watch Dmitry Bivol's last fight with, if you watched his last fight with Malik, Malik was, he was taking it to him early, but unfortunately, he couldn't really deal with the jab. But there's a bit of an issue with Dmitry Bivol and his jab. Now, obviously, he slings that out there. He slings it out there like a sweet pea special. But unfortunately, it's the cross. It's the cross right behind it. It's not that technically sound. And I think that Artur Beterbiev is going to go in there with no fear in the world. Now, the thing is, Artur Beterbiev, if you look at his record, he's had 21 pro bouts. And he's knocking everybody out. The issue is he's 39 years old. Is Artur Beterbiev, I know people look at Artur Beterbiev, he's a scary guy. But he's 39. He's an old man. And, it's a young man's game. And I don't know if Artur Beterbiev is going to be ready for Dmitry Bivol because he's got a piston-like jab. Now, the two behind it is not that great. I think that Artur Beterbiev, who's got the slip and dip better than anyone else, we talked about the pick and roll of Dmitry Bivol. Artur Beterbiev, he's a bobbing and weaving kind of guy. He's got the big block head, and he's bobbing and weaving and bobbing and weaving. And obviously, off of the bobs, he's able to offer the big knockout shot. Now, I think Dmitry Bivol is going to be catching him when he's weaving. The issue is the two behind it's not very crispy. So I could see Artur Beterbiev just bobbing and bobbing. And maybe off of a pick and roll. Maybe off of a pick and roll, Artur Beterbiev's going to be able to go in there and give him the old 1-2. But I think Dmitry Bivol is going to sit behind the long-rangey jab and just sort of poke and prod at a distance. But we got to talk about Artur Beterbiev's uppercut because it's a real serious uppercut. He's been knocking people out with this uppercut, and honestly, I think his uppercut's pretty dangerous. Now, I see a bit of an issue with it, though. And that's the fact that when he throws his uppercut, his left hand is a little bit lower than the right. His left hand, no, his left hand is lower than the right. And I just think that, a guy like Dmitry Bivol who knows how to pick and roll can roll him out. His two is not very pretty, but I think that's when Artur Beterbiev's open for the two, and he's 39 years old. Artur Beterbiev's he's tough. He's got a good chin. It's a matter of time. He's been in a lot of wars. He's taken a lot of damage. He's one of those guys. He's got a big head. He's got a big target. And Dmitry Bivol, the more he gets going, the more dominant it gets. Whereas Artur Beterbiev is one of those guys where if he doesn't have the momentum early, he never gets it. Now, he always has the momentum early, and that's why he's been able to win. But I honestly think that if Dmitry Bivol is able to pick and roll early in this one, I think he could set Artur up a little bit. I just think he's a little bit slicker. I think his footwork is a little bit better. Personally, I see him keeping Artur Beterbiev at range for the whole fight. I see him keeping him at range for the whole fight. Now, Beterbiev, his uppercut is dangerous. I just think he leaves his left hand a little low. Now, honestly, if you think about it, at the end of the day, this ain't Marty Lewis, right? I mean, Marty Lou used to go out there. He used to set people up. He used to do the double truffle. And when he would set up the double truffle, honestly, guys didn't understand what was going on. And now people understand how to respond to that. You keep your right hand up, you tuck your chin, and you barrel forward. Now, you keep your chin up. Sometimes you don't keep your chin down. You gotta keep your chin up and kind of bait them in. And then you roll with the shot, and you come right back. Now, Beterbiev's got a short right hand. But at the end of the day, I honestly think that Dmitry Bivol, again, if he's sitting behind the sweet pea special, if he's jabbing him up, and he's switching stances, and he's standing orthodox, he's standing southpaw, and he's making him think, he's peppering him up with the jab, I think Artur Beterbiev is going to be peppered all night with the jab, honestly. I think he's just one of those guys who's going to be right in front of Dmitry Bivol. I think he's going to get hit, and I think his face is going to start to turn tomato red. Now, how is he going to win this fight? Because I talked about Dmitry Bivol's ability to win this fight. What is Dmitry Bivol's weakness other than the one that I already discussed? It's obviously the fact that he's got no pop. Now, Dmitry Bivol is not known for having power. It's no secret. I think he's going to be putting a little more effort behind these shots because he knows the type of killer that's coming towards him. But unfortunately, now that we know he doesn't have any pop, he knows that we know he doesn't have any pop. So he's going to go in there. He's obviously going to try to bulk up a little bit. And I think that there's a chance that we could see Dmitry Bivol, sinking in the liver shot because he's got a great liver shot. He's really able to hit the 1-2 and sneak in the liver shot behind it. I think we might see that in the first couple of rounds. Now, the issue with that is that his liver shot is not very effective if he does it early because early on in his fights, he's a little bit jittery. So I think that honestly, what we're going to see is a jittery Dmitry Bivol, and this is the deciding factor of the fight. Whoever wins depends on this. If Dmitry Bivol lands a liver shot early, we know he's able to control his jitters. If Artur Beterbiev is able to land the uppercut early, we know that Dmitry Bivol is not able to counter the uppercut. Because the way I see it, honestly, is I see, again, Artur Beterbiev dipping, his head going up, his hand going down, and I see, to be honest, I see Dmitry Bivol kind of, fucking him up. So my official prediction is I have Dmitry Bivol by TKO. To be honest, I see Artur Beterbiev pooping his pants in the later rounds. I think he's going to be in shock. But if he can get the uppercut going and he can have momentum early, I think he's going to win the fight. But unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get the momentum. And I'm going to go with Dmitry Bivol. So that is the breakdown. If you guys are interested, check out Lucas Tracy Boxing. Now, of course, if you're already watching, this is on Lucas Tracy Boxing for the majority of the Lucas Tracy Boxing fans. But I thought I would put this out there for Lucas Tracy MMA fans as well. If you guys are interested in my boxing takes, you can check out my boxing channel if you enjoyed this video.